we're excited to play another big conference game this week, another one on the road. It's going to be a long trip for us again. And 7 games in a row before you get a break has been a grueling task for us, physically and just emotionally. So we've got to gear up one big week right here and get things right and get back to a win, and then get in the open date and heal up. So, but again, I think we're playing at a really high level. Kind of shot ourselves in the foot a little bit Saturday at Appalachian State with the turnovers, but as far as the way we're playing, the way we're competing, and have we caught up with people talent-wise and things like that in the conference, I don't think there's any doubt that as long as we're playing at our highest level, we can beat anybody. And so that's what we got to try to get done this week. Any questions?
I just have a couple questions on the App State game before we move on.
Okay.
Are you willing to just kind of like chalk that one up to just a bad game that happens during the course of a long season, as far as offensively, but you still were obviously in the game, so.
Yeah, I mean, if you said you had 532 yards of offense and you ran the ball for, 176 yards and scored 30-something points, that's a pretty good day for anybody offensively, So imagine what we'd done if we didn't turn the ball over, or if we only turned the ball over 3 times. We probably would have had 700 yards of offense and scored 50 points. So, yeah, Jason, Tyler had a rough day, and I played that position. I impersonated a quarterback at one time, actually. But, some days you go out there and the rush is in your face and you just have a hard time seeing the field. And every quarterback goes through that. I don't care if it's Tom Brady or whoever. You're going to go through that at different times, And he was going through that. And we didn't protect the passer very well. And we turned some people loose on him early in the game, and it affected him. And I didn't do a good enough job of play calling to get him back into easy throws to help him snap out of that. Could we have played? Well, obviously we could have played better as far as the turnovers. But the rest of what we did, I mean, you look at the statistically right now, I think we're number 1 in offense in almost every category in the conference. And with the schedule we've played, that's hard to do. So, I'm disappointed that we beat ourselves because I think that's the first time we've done that this year. But again, with 9 minutes left in the game, we got a 7-point lead. The biggest thing to me is, we got to learn how to close games out.
Yeah, I was going to ask, what could have you done to close better?
Well, when you're in that position, and with everything that happened, getting to the hotel at 4 a.m., turnovers, long snapper snapping the ball when he's not supposed to, we still had a 7-point lead with 9 minutes left. So right there, our defense needs to go out and get a stop, and then our offense needs to score again, and the game's over. And that's what we haven't learned how to do yet. And, this week's another opportunity to get that done.
Georgia Southern hasn't won a game yet, so I guess how do you approach this week?
The same way. Yeah, I mean, they're a scary team. I'm telling you, we turn on the film. I know Appalachian State was the number 1 defense in the conference when we played them. I think now they're 3rd. Okay. Troy was number 1 in defense when we played them. After we played them, they were 3rd. I think Georgia Southern is as good or maybe better defensive football team than either one of those two. I think they got tremendous team speed. They're good up front. They're really good in the secondary. It's going to be a task. Arkansas State, I think their quarterback threw 4 interceptions against them last week and struggled. And, they were able to win the game. But defensively, Georgia Southern played them really well. They had been struggling offensively up until the Arkansas State game, and I think that's really where all their problems emanated from. But all of a sudden in the Arkansas State game, they started to look like themselves again. I mean, they ran, 300-something yards against Arkansas State, and they were up and down the field. So that's not a good sign for us. So you can throw the 0-4 thing out. They have no respect for us. They think they're going to beat us. They're expecting to beat us, and we better go in there and play our best game to win it.
The coach, their coach said last in the offseason that they were going to go back to what got them there in the triple option. But it seems like they're still kind of multiple, they spread the field, and they still do some of the things that they were doing last year.
Yeah, I mean they've made more of an emphasis to the triple option again. It's still it's like New Mexico. It's all out of the shotgun. I think they're struggling throwing the ball when they do want to throw it. They're a little bit inconsistent there. But, again, the quarterback's a freshman, so you got to take that into consideration. He's learning, but you can already see he's getting better each week. And like I said, the Arkansas State game was probably his best game.
Defensively, you said you played a bunch of 3-4 teams. Are they more conventional, like 4-3?
Yeah, they're actually a 4-3 team. Yeah, so this will be a total shift for us. They do some interesting things coverage-wise. Their corners actually play a lot of man coverage, but everybody else is playing zone, and it's a little bit different than what you see. They play a lot of press coverage on the outside, so it's important for our receivers to get off press coverage and make some plays.
Last year, you had them pretty much beaten here at home, and some things happened in the fourth quarter. Like, do you look at that film at all and know that you guys can obviously beat this team if you execute down the stretch?
Yeah, I think everybody associated with our football team understands we can beat anybody, and it's all about us. It's not about the other team. It's just about us playing well. And my biggest concern with our team right now is being ready to emotionally play this game. In the past here, when we've lost a tough game like in Appalachian State just happened, it's like we're hung over for the whole next week, and we don't play well the next week. We lose that one, and then we snap back. And you can't do that, and that's my biggest concern with our team. And I've told that to the team already, and going to hit them with that again here in practice today. Obviously, like we said, the grueling schedule, and physically we're a little bit beat up right now too. But next man up, somebody's got to step up and play for us. But the emotional part of it, to me, is the biggest key for us this week.
You probably feel like you should have had maybe 1 or 2 wins, but coming back 3 and 4, like what would that mean going into a much needed bye week?
Yeah, I think that'd be huge for us to get this win and then to have the bye week. We need the bye week to get healed up. But to get this win would be huge. I mean, we've played the top 2 teams in the conference, and again, the Troy game was just a great football game. We came up a little bit short. We were better than Appalachian State, and we beat ourselves. So, anybody that doesn't have confidence in us I know all of our guys have confidence in ourselves. That it shows how far we've come. But again, we got to finish. We got to make the plays at the end of the game to close it out, and that's what this game is all about.
Tyler's played well all season, so are you confident that he'll bounce back like this week?
Yeah, I am. I think he'll play. And, he, of course, one of the interceptions was tipped up Saturday, hit a receiver right in the hands, and those things happen. But, he's a resilient guy. He's got a lot of confidence in what he's doing. His teammates have a lot of confidence in him. He's got a lot of confidence in his teammates. He's got a lot of weapons around him. So we just got to get back to, just fundamentally going through your reads, getting the ball out on time, and we got to protect him a little bit better. But I think he'll be fine.
Can you go through the injuries real quick, Coach?
Yeah, I think Stody Bradley has a toe injury and a little bit of a shoulder. I think he's going to be questionable for this game. Sage Dockstader will be out. He only played the first quarter Saturday, had a growing pull. So Krishawn Edwards came in and played for him and did very well. Played well for us, so he should be good. Jaleel Scott had a hip pointer Saturday. Didn't play after the first quarter. He'll be back in practice today, so we expect to have him back full speed. Larry got banged up a little bit on his knee. I think right now he would be questionable. We'll see how he is throughout the week. It's a long list. I'm trying to think back who else it is. McQuaker is back this week. He should be back, so that'll help us a little bit. Boone should be back. He got banged up a little bit, but finished the game and will be in practice today. So, other than that, I think we're good.
But you had some guys like you mentioned, Krishawn, Drew Dan. I was like, why is Drew Dan getting so much? But I didn't know that Jaleel was out at that point. He played well.
Yeah, Drew played.
He was finally healthy and showed what he can do. So.
Yeah, Drew played well. He had the one drop that kind of hurt us there at the end, but he's proven to be a player, and he just doesn't get many reps because of Jaleel's playing so well. But like I said, next man up now. Some of those other receivers have to step up, and I think we're going to have Jaleel back anyway, so it shouldn't be a problem. But Jason Huntley has really played well. We've really wanted to get he and Larry in the backfield at the same time, and we did that Saturday quite a bit, and it helped us. But at different times, they've both kind of been banged up. Jason had the ankle for a couple weeks there, and now Larry's banged up a little bit again, so it's hard for us to get that plan really going. But Huntley's one of those guys, as you can see, he's the fastest guy on our team, and it's really important that we get the ball in his hand in space, because just like Saturday, he can just outrun people and change the game. So he's playing well.
Where do you feel that those two match up, like 1-2 punch? I mean, you have a pretty good like 1-2 punch in the backfield now compared to the rest of them.
Oh yeah, there's no question. You know, in the past when we would take Larry out of the game, there was a huge drop off. You know, and everybody knew that. And that doesn't exist anymore. You know, when Jason comes in, I mean, we're good. You know, so that's a comfort to us depth wise. It helps Larry because he gets more rest and doesn't have to take the beating that he has taken in the past. And again, Jason needs the reps too. So it's worked out good for us.
Is what they do similar to you offensively, similar to UNM in any way?
Very similar, yeah, very similar, Jack. They're same type of motions, formations, shifts. The running game is very similar to that. We've got to do the same thing. We got to take the quarterback out of the game. We need to hit the quarterback often and hard, and see if we can cause some turnovers through that.